My name is Lyon. I'm from Hornell, New York, and I've been here since June 3rd until August 20th. Well, I've been working on photographing clay objects for a while, and I think what I proposed to do here was to set up more, like be building these clay objects and setting them up into kind of dioramas or situations where I could be photographing them. So that's mostly what I've been doing here. I've also kind of been making some sculptures at the same time, and that process sort of crosses over a lot. So sometimes I'm making things, intending them to become a sculpture, and then I sort of stop and realize, oh, that could be a really good photograph, and I photograph those, and vice versa. I guess I usually start with the figure, and I usually start with clay as a material. I'm really interested in clay because the sheen of it when you photograph it is a lot like the sheen of our skin. So that's kind of what draws me to making figurative objects out of clay. So I started working with models here, hiring people off of like Craigslist and stuff, and then usually working with them for about an hour just in my studio, photographing them in various pieces of furniture and kind of posed in different ways. And then I just have a huge image bank from each model. And then I'm going back through and picking and choosing from those individual images and starting to make the sort of clay form or clay sculpture based off of that. So I like to shoot on film, but I also like to use digital because I have a little bit more manipulation that I can do with the image if I want. But with film, I get a much crisper, clearer image so that I can blow up really big. I also really like the process, just looking through a viewfinder and sort of composing objects in a shot is a really different thing in a film camera than a digital camera. I've had a pretty transitional last 2 years. After graduate school, I went to another residency briefly and then moved to New York City for a year. And that was a very difficult time. So those 2 years sort of didn't afford a lot of time for studio. So coming here was really awesome because I knew I just needed to get back on the train, and I felt like I was running next to it for a long time. There's a lot of work that didn't quite conclude while I was here, but definitely got started in a big way. And I think just recentering myself and my focus and being able to remember what it's like to be active in the studio every day and how that changes your mind and your thinking process is really great. I feel like I'm going to be able to go back and just continue that, which is awesome, huge.